All right, we'll start in child's pose. Take the knees wide, big toes touch. Extend the arms forward. Or we can stack the hands, create a little pillow for our forehead, or fists even, or maybe even a pillow underneath the forehead. Just as long as the forehead's resting on something, just a little pressure on the third eye. And then reach those sit bones towards the heels, lengthen through the lower back as much as you can. And just coming into your space here. Welcome to Sculpt and Flow. Happy Sunday. Good morning, Evelyn, Laura, Melissa, and Dylan in the house. Hi, Dylan. He's like, hey, she knows my name. Ariel, Janelle. All right, just start to connect with the breath here. If possible, breathing in and out of the nose. We're going to start to take nice deep breaths in. And deep exhales out. Fully exhale all the air. I'm just taking a few more deep breaths on your own, at your own pace. Really filling up the lungs with air. And fully exhale all the air out. One more full breath, just like that. And then we'll go ahead and start to make our way up to a tabletop position. So we're going to come up onto hands and knees, bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips, finding a nice flat back here. And then let's move the spine through cat and cow. Inhale the heart, the sit bones lift, lengthen through the front body. And then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the tail under, cat arch. And then just start to move with your breath at your own pace. Cow, tilt, cat arch. Back and forth. Flexion and extension in the spine. And with the breath, the movement with the breath. And if there's any other movement that feels good, maybe taking the hips a little side to side, shaking out the head a little, wagging our tail. One more round. This is a great warm up in the morning for the spine. Just a great warm up in general, really for anything. To get that spine moving. All right, come back to neutral spine, flat back. We'll walk the hands forward a few inches, tuck the toes, come up and back into down dog. We're not doing down dog for some reason. Child's pose can be your down dog. So if we're up in down dog here, maybe pedaling out the feet, bending the knees, just finding this pose in the body. The first one of the day might feel a little, you might notice where we're sore, where we're tight. Just one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, walk our gaze forward. Start to walk the feet forward to the front of the mat, but keep the feet apart for ragdoll. So feet apart about hips width or wider, and then we'll bend the knees, let the head go, the shoulders, the arms hang heavy. Ragdoll. Just let loose from the pelvis up. Let the upper body hang, dangle. Maybe shake out the head a little, yes, no. And then ground down through the feet, and we'll bend the knees as much as we need to. Start to roll up to standing. The arms can dangle forward. Head and neck are the last to come up. Just rolling up that spine. Whew. Good morning. Standing, just roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Take off my layer here. And then just bring the hands together in front of the heart. Samasthiti. Feet can be closer together, maybe big toes touch, or those feet apart a little bit, might feel more stable. And then just lift up the toes a couple times, spread the toes nice and wide. And ground down through the feet. Maybe close the eyes here as we feel the feet, rather than keep looking down at them, which we tend to do. Just feeling the feet. And ground down there, and then lift up. As we ground down, we lift up. Lengthen through the spine, reach up through the crown of the head. Let the shoulders soften. And then find that breath again. Inhale. Maybe an open mouth exhale, like you're fogging a mirror with your breath. Couple more like that. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. One more. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. And then we'll seal the lips here. Breathing in and out of the nose if that's possible. Maybe still keeping that whispering sound in the throat. That's our Ujjayi breath. You're doing mindful moments. That's one of the breath techniques in mindful moments with Steph and Sherry. I almost said Christine. All right, let's move. Let's open the eyes. Take the arms out and up. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. You can bring the fingers to the shins, heart forward, lengthen. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, hold there. Maybe the knees are down, but find your strength here, find your breath. Lengthen through the spine, core is strong. Inhale. Exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the belly. Tops of the feet release, elbows hug in, cobra, chest lifts. Just the heart lifts, shoulders down, as much off the floor as it feels comfortable for the back. And then lower that chest down. Press up and back to down dog. So that can mean just coming to the knees first, or full plank, back down dog, couple breaths. Woo. Might be able to hear that kettle. Whistling kettle, there it goes, he's turning it off. All right, inhale, gaze forward. Walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Halfway lift there. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. We can roll up a reverse swan dive, flat back, arms out and up. Release the hands in front of the heart. All right, we'll pick up the pace just a little bit. One breath, one movement, sun salutation A. So inhale the arms out and up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, fingers to the shins or fingertips reaching the floor. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Inhale there. Exhale, lower to the belly or hover chaturanga. Elbows in. Up dog or cobra, chest lifts. Down dog, press back, or child's pose here. And always an option instead of the chaturanga, up dog or cobra, we can always do cat-cow. Just a little movement of the spine. One more breath here in down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up, roll up the spine or reverse swan dive. Hands to heart center. Whew. All right, we should be warmer. Let's find chair pose. So sinking back into imaginary chair, arms can extend here, goal post arms, or maybe hands in front of the heart. Really focusing on the legs, waving the heels, maybe even lifting the toes. Find your breath, find that core strength to support you here as well. Inhale, extend the arms forward or up. Exhale, airplane arms. Arms reach back, heart comes forward. We're still in chair legs, just moving the arms. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, airplane arms, reach back. Couple more times like that. Inhale, wave the heels. Exhale, reach back. Engage the triceps, arms. Inhale. Exhale. Hold back, extend the arms back. Hold here. We want a little more, maybe lift up onto the toes or the balls of the feet, lift those heels and hold, really getting into the legs. Lengthen in the spine, core strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those heels, straighten the legs, reach up, look up. Oh, that should feel good. Release. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Let's hold here. Little plank series. Let's take the right hand to the center of the mat, toes, heels, ankles touch. We roll it open to side plank or drop that bottom knee down directly below the hip. Side plank. Ooh, maybe gaze up with that top hand. We're in the full pose. Lift the hips, creating a little rainbow into the body. One more breath. And release. Find our plank. Take a breath there. Inhale. Left hand to the center. Other side. Side plank. Open it up. Maybe lift the gaze. Maybe drop that bottom knee down. How are we doing? Full house. Hello, everyone. Tanya, Ash is coming in. Hey, Stephanie, Daryl. Lindsay in the house. One more breath. And beautiful. Release. Find your plank. Inhale there. Exhale. Lower through vinyasa to the belly or hover. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Press back. Child's pose always an option here in these moments of rest. Moments of checking in. Moments of connecting with your breath. All right, from down dog, inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing, and we'll grab our weights. Sculpt and flow, we use weights. Like, where did mine go for a second there? And we're gonna meet in chair pose. So finding those chair legs, weight in the heels, bring the weights in front of the heart, and we'll just hold here, wait for you. All right, let's build some heat. Find those chair legs, core strong. All right, we're gonna step it back into a lunge here. So that right leg comes back. Let's see, we'll do it from the side here so you can see me. Right leg comes back. And we're taking our arms, extending them forward, palms face each other, and then lower down. We're just gonna step this back leg into chair and back. So same leg with the arms. So right leg steps forward, arms forward, palms face each other, and then we step it back, lower the weights down. Here we go. Step it forward and back. Take it nice and slow. You can always ditch the weights or ditch the movement of the arms. You really start to feel it in that front leg here. 5, 4, woo, burning in the front leg. 3, 2, and 1. All right, step it back into that lunge. We take the weights back and we tricep curl kick back here. So keep those elbows hugging in. Kick it back all the way in and really extend and engage the triceps in the back of the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay here or we come up into warrior 3. So a little balance. That front leg is definitely feeling it. Or we're in the lunge and we fly the arms. Slight bend in the elbows. Palms face each other, just open. So warrior 3 or lunge. 5, 4, we'll come out of that left leg here soon. 3, beautiful. 2, and 1. Step it back into the lunge. Step it forward, chair. Woo, take a breath. And then straighten the legs, shake it out. Woo. All right, let's get into the other side. Finding chair when you're ready, weights in front of the heart. Same thing, just other side, so stepping that left leg back, find your lunge. Get the weights ready. Step it forward, weights forward, and back. Here we go. Nice and slow. Lift those weights about shoulder height, and then down. Control that movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it back. Tricep kick back. Here we go. Reach it back and curl. Heart is forward a little bit. So we're really putting a lot of weight in this front leg. 5, light on the back foot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here for our fly or come on up. Balance warrior 3. Here we go. Or we lunge. 5, 4, beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. All right, step it back, find our lunge. And then we come into our chair, hold, weights in front of the heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, come out of it, shake it out. Nice work. Ooh. Got heavy breathing on that one. All right, take the weights in front of your heart. Take a nice breath here. And then let's inhale those weights up. Palms face each other, reach up. Coming through center line here, exhale. Forward fold, ditch the weights. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Vinyasa here, just take it back to down dog or child's pose. Get a sip of water if you need it. We'll take child's pose or down dog for a few breaths. If you're in child's pose, come on up to down dog. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands and we walk it forward. We're grabbing our weights. Come on up to weights in front of the heart. And we're just gonna turn towards the left here and come into our goddess pose. Toes out, heels in, or plie. Second position, a lot of names for this one. Weights in front of the heart and let's just pulse. Pulse. Belly in, tail down. Pulse. Stay here or lift that right heel and pulse there. So really coming onto the ball of the right foot, right toes. 5, 4, 3. You can always ditch the weights if it's too much or take the weights to the hips. Which makes it a little harder. 3, 2, 1. Release that right heel, lift the left. Pulse there, 5. Or longer than that. Keep lifting the heel. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Both heels down or both heels lifted, pulsing. Here we go. Lift those heels nice and high. 5, 4, 3. We got this. 2, and 1. Whew. Release. Straighten those legs. We have one more little fun here, fun exercise. Let's come into that squat. Now bring the weights on the hips. And it's like if you've ever done a clamshell, we're kind of closing our legs and then opening. But since we're in this position, it's very small. So we squeeze the inner thighs towards one another and then squeeze them out. Again, you can ditch the weights. Might be easier to see me from the side here. Just squeeze and open those knees. Squeeze inner thighs towards one another and open. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, ooh, these are hard, 6, we get to stretch after this, 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, maybe lift the heels and try it there. Lift heels, 5, 4, 3, oh my goodness, 2, and 1. Let's straighten those legs, let that go. Turn the toes so they're all facing the same direction as your gaze. And then come on down to forward fold, or just hands on top of the thighs, or maybe fingertips down to a block or some books, or fingertips down, maybe coming further into the forward fold. If our heart's still going pretty good, keep that head lifted. Few breaths here. Stretching out the hamstrings. Can be a nice release for the lower back, around the hips. One more breath. And then go ahead and come on up with the flat back. You can take your hands to the hips here. And turn forward towards the front of the mat. Plant the hands, step back into plank. Vinyasa through, or take it back into down dog. Or child's pose. Or cat-cow, child's pose. All right, from down dog, come on forward into plank. We're lowering down into forearm plank. So palms face down, or we can interlace our fingers and ground down through the back of the hands. Or we can lower the knees. To modify here, but if we're in the full pose, we're just gonna take our hips from side to side. So dip right, dip left, side to side. If you have the knees down, a little harder to do, but you can still do it. Back and forth. Or maybe a few in the regular position and then lower the knees for rest. Here we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, ground down through those forearms. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Let's sink it back, child's pose or puppy pose with the hips lifted. Reach the heart, forehead towards the mat. Let that go. Breathe it out. With each exhale, we let go a little bit more. Maybe something we're holding on to in the body, or mentally, emotionally. We can use that exhale to release, let go. All right, come on, walk the hands back towards the knees. We'll flip it around and come into a reverse tabletop position. So we plant our feet, hands back behind us, fingers pointing back towards the body, and then lift the hips, reverse tabletop. The gaze up, hips lifting, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, we come into boat pose, Navasana. Turn a little bit here so you can see. Seems like it's a little dark in this room, sorry. Let's lift the shins or keep the toes down, but everybody lift the heart, core strong, 5, or maybe even straighten the legs. And also take the hands behind the thighs, 2, 1. Reverse, tabletop position, plant the feet, plant the hands, lift up, open the chest. And here we go, lower down, 2 more, just like that. Find your boat, balance. Maybe take it a little further this time, lift the heart, and release, reverse tabletop position, lift the hips. Maybe lift them a little higher this round. This is the last round, 5, 4, 3, heart open, 2, 1. Lower down, find our boat, last boat. Maybe taking it a little further, maybe straighten the legs. Belly strong, 5, 4, 3, legs strong, 2, 1, nice work. Go ahead and cross the legs, let's stretch it out. Cross the legs, you can sit up tall here or take the hands forward and just walk the hands forward a few inches. And just rest, let go, stretch. And then go ahead and walk those hands in, and we'll switch the cross of the legs. Just sit up here or take the hands forward. Walk the hands forward a little bit if that feels good. And just, you can round the back here, maybe let the head go forward. Just breathe into those outer hips. Few breaths. And then walk the hands in. Beautiful. Let's come back, or come onto our back. So plant the feet here, bend the knees. We'll roll slowly onto our back, 1 vertebra at a time. And let's figure 4. Cross the right ankle above the left knee. And then hug that left knee in. Both feet are flexed here. And sending some deep full breaths to that outer right hip. Softening and releasing around the hip as much as we can with these breaths. So if you're staying for the full hour, we do take a little break in between the 2 classes. Kind of like a roller coaster, you know, we go up, 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 down, and then up, 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 and down. We do a little power in the next class, and then peace as well. Okay, go ahead and cross, or release and cross the other side. Figure 4, both feet flexed, breathe. One more full breath here. And then we'll release the cross. Hug those knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. You can stay here, come into happy baby. So the knees come wide, soles of the feet reach up. You can grab behind the thighs, calves, or the feet, outside or inside of the feet. And then take those knees nice and wide as we press the lower back down. Maybe rock a little side to side. And release our happy baby. Hug the knees into the chest. One last time. Maybe take the forehead towards the knees, wrap the arms around the shins, squeeze. And release, extend out into our Shavasana. Final relaxation, or just our little break if we're continuing on to the next class. We're just finding some stillness no matter where you're going next here. Palms face up, eyes soften, close. Face softens, and just let the body be as heavy as possible on the mat, on the floor. We do have a few minutes here in between. So stay here. Or if you're moving on with your day, namaste. Thank you for joining. This class will be recorded if we want it again in the future. We'll see you in a few minutes or see you soon.